Mr. Ben Affleck. Now, this came out last week, and we kind of talked about it on the Vox stream, but again, I'm like, what are we talking about on the Vox stream? I don't know. But there was a new THR article that came out. I mean, I did a short video, obviously talking about one of the main things, which was he doesn't plan on making a DC Studios project for James Gunn. And it was like, oh, shit. And just the way he said it was like a little weird. And then, of course, people were bringing up James Gunn's tweets talking about that he talked to Ben Affleck and that he wanted to do it. And so a lot of people were doing that. Of course, that was back in December. And it was just kind of like, I'm sure they did talk. Maybe it went well. But then, you know, I don't know. Like I said, James Gunn fluffs things up a little bit. Again, he should just relax on going after little trolls, talking about his cat, and he should probably not talk about who he's meeting with, because I think he's slowly learning that he shouldn't talk too much. Keep on debunking the bullshit scoops out there, yes. And then, of course, keep on teasing the slate. Love that, but let's relax on the other thing. Here we go. There it is. There's that handsome devil holding the basketball. Ben Affleck on air, new CEO gig, and those memes. I am who I am, of course. The actor, filmmaker, and budding mogul on the disruptive production company he launched with Matt Damon, why he's done with DC, getting Michael Jordan's blessing for his new film, and the advice wife Jennifer Lopez gave him for this interview. Of course, I'm not going to talk about this whole thing and break it all down, but of course he talks about him and Matt Damon. You know, they do a little backstory and then talking about all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when it comes to this right here, Affleck and Matt Damon obtained at least $100 million in financing from investment firm Redbird Capital Partners to start, and made their own financial contributions to Artist Equity, with Affleck, who's the CEO, and then Chief Creative Officer is going to be Damon. Ben and I have both been making movies for over 30 years. We know the things that actually matter to people, but ask Ben to see the spreadsheets. And then, of course, when it comes to Justice League, the Justice League experience, the fact that those stories became somewhat repetitive to me and less interesting, yeah, I did finally figure out how to play the character, of course, Batman, and I nailed it in The Flash. Again, talking about nailing it in The Flash. For the 5 minutes I'm there, I'm sure it's more than 5 minutes. A lot of people are like, what? Only 5 minutes? I'm sure it's a little bit more than 5 minutes. Maybe it's 8 minutes, 8.5, 9, maybe 10. I don't know. I think it's a little bit more, you know. A lot of it's just tone. You've got to figure out what's your version of the person. Who is a guy that fits what you can do? I tried to fit myself into Batman, and by the way, I like a lot of the stuff we did, especially the first one, which is BVS. So, Ben, you should show up to BVS night. Just saying, but not Justice League. What went wrong there? Justice League. You could teach a seminar on all the reasons why this is how not to do it. Yes, definitely. Ranging from production to bad decisions to horrible personal tragedy, and just ending with the most monstrous taste in my mouth. The genius and the silver lining is that Zack Snyder eventually went to AT&T and was like, look, I can get you 4 hours of content. And it's principally just all the slow motion that he shot in black and white. And one day of shooting with me and him, he was like, do you want to come shoot in my backyard? I was like, I think there are unions, Zach. I think we have to make a deal. But I went and did it, and now Zack Snyder's Justice League is my highest rated movie on IMDb. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I like it. That's awesome. That's pretty sweet. So, you know, it is kind of funny that's his high rate. Yeah. Is that because Zack Snyder's fans are so intense online? What? Intense? What are you talking about? So what you want what you want is my highest rated movie career. Obviously that. I've never had one that went from, you know, neither to a pinnacle. Obviously talking about, you know, the differences between the two versions. Retroactively, it's a hit. All of a sudden I was getting congratulated for the bomb I'm in. But I was going to direct a Batman, and Justice League made me go, I'm out. I never want to do any of this again. I'm not suited. That was the worst experience I've ever seen in a business which is full of some shitty experiences. It broke my heart. there was an idea of someone, Joss Whedon, coming in like, I'll rescue you and we'll do 60 days of shooting and I'll write a whole thing around what you have. I've got the secret. And it wasn't the secret. That was hard. And I started to drink too much. I was back at the hotel in London. It was either that or jump out the window. This is how bad it got, guys. This is how bad it did. He wanted to do a walk-off on the set. Trying to get everybody to walk off the set. And I just thought, this isn't the life I want. My kids aren't here. I'm miserable. You want to go to work and find something interesting to hang on to rather than just wearing a rubber suit. And most of it, you're just standing against the computer screen going, if this nuclear waste gets loose, well, that's fine. I don't condescend and to that or put it down, but I got to the point where I found it creatively not satisfying. Also, just you're sweaty and exhausted. And I thought, I don't want to participate in this in any way. I don't want to squander any more of my life, of which I have a limited amount. So then I said right here, so if DC came to you now and said, do you want to direct something? He said, I would not direct something for the Gunn DC. Absolutely not. See, that's what a lot of people are like, absolutely not. I have nothing against James Gunn. Nice guy, sure. He's going to do a great job. I'm sure he's going to do a great job. I just wouldn't want to go in and direct in the way they're doing that. I'm not interested in that. Okay, so there you go. That's Ben Affleck talking about the experience and talking about how that experience made him not want to do the role anymore when it came to Batman. That's why even the campaign for pushing for the Batfleck movie to be made, that continues on because they don't listen to what Ben Affleck actually has to say. That's, again, just can we listen to the people that we're supposedly doing this for? Ben's done when it comes to that, at least for right now. At least for right now.